Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Challenge Accepted. And this week, as we have been doing all month, we're doing Scrapbook Your Joy challenges, pop-up challenges that they've got going all month. And the challenge this time was to use your stash of washi tape. And so the example that they gave was just a great little layout that Daisy Scraps did. She's on the design team for Paper House, and she did, Paper House had some superhero themed washi tapes, and she'd had a great visit in the park with her son, where there were just ordinary people dressed up in superhero costumes posing with the kids. And so she had this great title here, You Don't Need Superpowers to Be a Superhero. And she did the little yellow dots and so forth. Well, I don't have a big old wonderful title like that for mine. Mine's just kind of an everyday photo that's, pretty special, but nothing like that. I'm going to have a one-word title. My one-word title is going to be the word cozy. And you may be able to guess from the supplies I'm using that my Bungalow Lane collection from Paige Evans has arrived. In fact, it just arrived when I got back from the gym. And so I opened it up, and that's what I'm using for this video. I've had it for less than an hour. So here you go. It's brand new. And I'm going to use one of the sketches that we have from Amy Cattenbelt, Snap, Scrap, and Repeat, is this one. This is for the Mind the Scrap Summer Challenge. It's this one that could be ribbon, or it could be branding strips or scraps of paper or washi tape. And there's kind of a stitch line down the middle, and there's one photo and a title and 3 clusters, it looks like, defined by hearts. So I'm going to kind of merge these two. I'm going to do dots, except my dots are going to be little hearts. I'm going to use a Paige Evans stencil. And let me get my brush to brush that on. I'm using, there is in the Bungalow Lane collection this amazing, beautiful, unusual color. It's a kind of a bright coral, and you can kind of see it there. I've also picked, there were some heart charms, and this has got coral with a little chain and a little tiny orange one. And I just thought that coral was beautiful, so I matched it up. There's also a camera, a coral camera, so I'm going to use that. And I have ephemera packs out here. We'll see where they fit in. But the first thing I'm going to do is color the background a little bit with my abandoned coral Distress Oxide ink. I'm going to kind of put them around. The washi tape's going to kind of go all the way across, so they'll just kind of show, these little hearts will show in between the washi tape. So I'm not really going to get real, they're not going to be just everywhere. I'll go ahead and I'll extend this kind of across the page here. And then I'll do another row, probably going to do 3 rows of this, just rubbing harder in some areas than in others. And it basically makes this something like a patterned paper, just a little bit more interesting than the solid white. And I'm hoping there's some washi tape that'll kind of cover that up a bit. And I'm not expecting this mixed media to be the star of anything, just to kind of peek out in between. Just kind of put some random ones around. Okay, so that's done. And I'm going to start stringing the washi tape across. And I'm going to use my brand new Bungalow Lane washi tape. And hopefully, since I just took it out of the box, I'm hoping I can find the beginnings of it. Let's pull this. It looks like they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strips. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball some stuff across here. I'll go with this wide one first and try to get kind of a rough tear there. And then I'm going to take this really tiny washi tape that is used to make, black lines on, fine detail things like cards, and kind of do keep dropping the end of it, and I want to be sure that I have the sticky side towards the paper. Do that, and so that you get the effect of the stitches without me actually having to do any sewing. And I don't want it to go all the way to the end of the paper, and on this side it did, but I also don't want to lose it. Okay, so there's strip number 1. I'm going to go with, let me put that aside in the order in which I'm using it. I'm going to go next with this coral colored one. Got some bits of my brushes on there. That may be where I end up putting the photo and some embellishing. I kind of smeared right in there. Tear that. I'll move it over a bit. Okay, it's stuck where it wants to stick, huh? Okay, and I'm gonna sit for the rest of this. Let me get, there's one of the washi tapes that is actually scalloped, and that'll be my first time using a scalloped washi tape. It's so pretty, but I am gonna work it in and maybe try to work it in either right below where the photo's gonna go, and I haven't matted the photo yet, so I need to do that, and I'm having a little trouble finding the end of this to do my black strip. So I'm gonna hold off doing the black strip for the time being, and I'll go with this green plaid. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 washi tapes in the collection. Whoops. I just kind of pull that one badly. And okay. And I'll I'll save this on here. That's unusual for brand new washi tape, and it had to be the way that I was pulling it as opposed to anything wrong with it, with the adhesive. When washi tapes get older, they'll kind of do that, so I'll fix that. But I'm going to save these because I like the shape of them. Okay, here is a yellow. That green one is crooked. You know what? I'm going to do some others crooked so that it looks like it was intentional. Okay, it's happened again. That's, again, as I say, that's kind of unusual. And I just need to be a lot more careful. This washi tape may be a little bit thinner than, well, that's not good. I'm not liking this at all. It's doing that a lot. And I'll just kind of have to go with it. I'll maybe do another strip of the yellow down here. Just have a little bit more yellow, and I may put a strip of this scallop right here, and then do some sort of embellishment cluster right there. And I'll do this one kind of down here. You can't, okay. Well, let's do another one. Maybe where would it make sense? Maybe up here. Right there. Just kind of randomly throwing it around. And throwing might be the operative word here. I'm going to use another wide strip in a minute. Let me get a good strip of this. I love this floral. There's a lot of navy blue in the collection. I'm going to put this one at a little bit of an angle. And I'm going to do the wide teal floral. I'll do it over this way. And let's see, my photo is going to kind of go there. I'll go back to this coral, and if I recall, it kind of, no, I guess it was the green, this one that was the first one that kind of tore. I'm going to go like this, and I know the photo is going to cover the end of that. And I'm going to go with the green. Have to be really careful. It's tearing again on the very ends. That's, like I said, that's a little disappointing for brand new washi. that. And that's probably around close to where my title's gonna go. So now let's see if I can, okay, I've got the yellow, so now it's, I'm gonna do another strip of this floral, because I've got the yellow and then I've got the scalloped down here. And I kind of like the composition of the page, and I may actually like the washi at oddball angles better than if it were absolutely straight. And I have to say that because it is what it is. You kind of go all the way over here. Now, I'll tell you what I think I'm gonna do is maybe not do the stitching on absolutely every, sure wish I could find that. I have a problem with that every time I use this, and I don't, see it well enough to know what to do, to know where to look for it. Okay, there, and then here, and I'm gonna go ahead and do them all, I think. I kind of like that look that it gives. And when it tails off at and kind of curves like that, it's a little bit more interesting to look at anyway. It kind of looks like real thread. That already has a line of stitching, so I'm not going to do it there, but I will do the line of stitching maybe up towards the top of the yellow instead of smack dab in the middle. I may be doing more stitching on my layouts. I'm actually taking my sewing machine in to get it fixed and to get someone to kind of teach me a little about how I want to use it for, I did not use this blue stripe because it just kind of didn't necessarily go with the composition. And this one says happy, 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 which would have been okay. And I could possibly add a strip of that right here. That the blue and white stripe, it may be okay, but, and I'm not finding the ends of that one, so I'm gonna leave it the way it is. We're just gonna go with it. So I'm gonna put this aside and I'm gonna mat the photo, and let me get my trimmer. I'm going to leave a little bit of white on there. But I'll try to even it up. And then I'm going to mat it in a couple of pattern papers from the collection. I looked for pattern papers that I could use. The Paige wasn't able to get the that the one I want? I think I want the brighter one. She wasn't able to get the 6x8 pads, so I was disappointed in that because that's what I usually use for matting photos. But there is a 12x12 paper pad that's one-sided, so you don't have to and I'm kind of really playing up that coral color. It's in the photo, sort of, and I like the embellishments that are in that color, but I kind of wanted to bring in, I like this lighter colored plus sign paper too, and I'm going to leave enough showing on that so you can see the plus signs. I really like this pattern also. I was maybe going to use that, but I didn't want to bring that yellow in. Okay, so now I think I'm going to do that so that this line is right underneath the photo and it looks like it's there just because the photo's there. So now I'm glad that I didn't do the other tape over on the other side. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna do here. Of course, put some foam so that I can layer things, and so it stands up a little bit off the page. Well, let's not put it upside down. Kind of do that. And then I want to put my stamping. I have a little butterfly stamp that came in the Bungalow Lane stamp set. It's this little guy, and I really like it. So I'm going to try to match the teal color with Evergreen Bough Distress Oxide, and I'm going to do it maybe right there, and maybe do some embellishing also around that. Maybe do another one here. That's cute little stamp. I love that butterfly. It's a butterfly, but the wings are patterned by leaf sprigs. So I just think that's cute. You know, me and leaf sprigs. I use leaf sprigs a lot. Okay. That one, there's a little bit of red around it, so I may embellish over that. We'll see. Okay, so I've got my stamping in. I need a wood veneer embellishment to work in with some of these other things. And let's see what we have. I'm kind of I'm working my collection down a bit. There's hearts. I already have a heart. Maybe a little word that says smile. I think that's kind of cute. Maybe right here by the butterfly, because the title's going to be over here. I like that, and it kind of makes this into something of a small cluster, and all I have to do is add one other element, and I've got my trio going. Okay, the part of the S is hidden by the photo, but that's okay. I think that's gonna be fine. Now, I know for a fact I want that title, so let's pull it off and get it over here. Maybe right there, kind of towards the bottom. And then I know I want to use this camera, so I could make the camera part of a cluster up here and then add a flower or something around it. Let's see if what we have. It's my first time opening these guys. These are kind of large. I have some smaller ones here, and there's I don't want to, how about that's kind of a large leaf cluster. A leaf cluster and just a small flower, maybe like that. And I'll cut it in half so I can use it somewhere else. And this has the coral in it, but it's not it doesn't just overwhelm with the coral. I'm gonna place the flower, then I'll do the camera. I'll see how high I have to do the camera. And let's see. Maybe I'll work that in there like that. Put that there. Let me prop this up, and I thought maybe a flare right over in there. Let's and I want to do something to pop this leaf up and give it some dimension. I don't want to cover the little scallop too much there, so let me get the flare that I wanted to use. And I'm gonna look in this is a set that I have a while back. I've got this sort of orange butterfly flare that might work right there. That's kind of cute. I also have this sort of orange and coral honeycomb looking flare that I thought I might try to use. And this floral seems to kind of fit in with the overall theme, so that would be my third one. My third option there. I spilled some stuff on my table last night, and it, you know what, I think this might be pretty just right there, don't you think? I think that really kind of looks good with the little butterfly there. And like I said, I spilled something, and among the things that got wet was my roll of foam tape. And so I'm not doing foam tape on my flares today. I'm doing wet glue around the edges. And so we'll see how that works out for me. This one could maybe go right in here. Or I could try to work this one in here, like right there. But for the charm to be coming out over here on the end, that might be, you kind of lose a little bit of the effect. So I may do the charm, but I don't really want it hanging. I could do it here with the, I'm gonna actually come over here and do it as part of the, it's not sticking. I'm gonna do it as part of the title cluster. I'm assuming that this big metal heart will stick well right there with that wet glue. I'm going to pull the charm part over to the side that I want because it won't move once that gets glued there. And then maybe this guy, how about if I do this right here and this I like that idea where I put it up there. So let's, I had no, like I said, I haven't had this, this collection very, very long. So trying to, I had done zero planning. I like this. So this might work over here. I didn't leave a lot of room right there. So I actually could overlay it on the photo. Looks like I got some ink on the photo, so I may need to cover something up anyway. So let me do that actually, and I can put that on under a flare. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of this just to kind of get it stuck down. And then I'll do this one. And I know I've kind of abandoned this cluster and I'm really just kind of trying to think about it. Let me okay. This can go there, kind of tucked into the layers, and then I'll find, I want it to kind of overlap with that, and then I can find something on one of these guys. Those are hearts. I don't necessarily need to repeat the heart theme, although I kind of like, well, there's this little puffy leaf sprig, or there's the XO, the love begins here, do what you love. quiet moments. That looks like a quiet moment, right? But I don't necessarily want a word there. So let's look in the sticker book. There's one of these little butterflies in a different size and a different color than the ones I stamped. It's the same shape and pattern. There are these gold pieces, florals, wrong scale, some word stickers, and some labels. Let's go with one of these little butterflies. And I'm gonna pick let's see. There is a small yellow one, a larger kind of gold one, and a pink one. I think I'm going to go with the pink. And I'm going to put it on a bit of foam. And I'm going to put a little wet glue on it. I know it'll move around a little bit. And the reason I didn't use the tiny yellow one is because I think I'm going to put it on this piece of flare. I'll do this kind of right there and keep it curled up. Okay, now I still have this flare, which could actually go kind of right up under there. Okay, I'll do that. And I like repeating the butterfly theme. There you go. And let me get this little tiny yellow one and kind of put it right there, flying in a slightly different direction from that one. Okay, I'll hold that down and lift that up. Okay, I think I'm done. I've got 3 clusters kind of in a bit of a diagonal, which I tend to like. Let me see if there's something else I could. Cut that and use this. This is kind of bent. It must have. I could do that up there. I like things that are, you know, leaf tendril kind of things that add that, I'm not sure how to describe it. It adds kind of some length without breadth. It's long and skinny, I guess is the word, is the phrase I'm looking for. Okay, so here's the original, and they have a cluster here and here and here. And I did this because there was this break in the washi, and that's where I wanted to stamp my little butterfly. And had the butterfly been going the other direction, maybe I could have moved things over, but I'm happy with it as it is. the little black washi tape is looking like kind of loose thread in places, which kind of reinforces the idea that it has something to do with thread and stitching. So I'm going to add a bit of journaling right here, saying we hadn't yet moved in, but we loved being here to take care of Ava. And this is 2011. And these are all fall colors, and it's a kind of a fall-oriented layout, and this was smack dab in the middle of June, so not fall at all, but I really can't tell you how much I love that charm, and I love the camera. So let me check my requirements for the Mind the Scrap. I needed to use the sketch, I needed a stamp, I needed a camera, I needed a heart, and I needed wood veneer. So I've got that down here. And I think I've also I'm definitely been true to the Scrapbook Your Joy theme of using your stash of washi tape. Never mind that this is a brand new stash of washi tape that just arrived this minute, but I'm very happy with this. I like the matting around the photo, kind of brings out kind of the beigey colors against the bright white background, and I love the little heart stencil. So, and it, in some cases, the washi tape is so transparent that you can't tell that I didn't stamp on top of the washi. It actually looks like I stamped on top of the yellow washi and the green washi, so that's kind of cool. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next Thursday for Challenge Accepted, and apologies for the chair. Okay, there's a close-up. You can kind of see the little stars and this beautiful enameled metal charm. I love it. I love it. Could I use a little bit of a leaf tendril right there? I probably could, but I think I'm going to call it done. So thank you very much for watching. Bye.